All right, agents. Welcome to the Thursday night webinar. I've given everybody a few minutes to join, but let's go ahead and get this thing started. Okay, so this video has been long awaited and I've been needing to make this video for a while. So here we are. Everybody wants to know how to build a group trip step by step. I've showed you guys how to do a few different other things, but let's learn how to build a group trip step by step. And so you may like my method and you may not like my method. So let's see. So the first thing that I'll tell everybody is to have a notebook. I have a group trip notebook. It has all of my group trips in it, every single thing that we did from last year, this year, next year, everything's there. So I can use it as a reference. So that's the first thing that I would say is have a group trip book. So I want everybody to get a notebook and start. You can start with a piece of paper right now if that's all you have, but get something. You'll need something, okay? So I'll give everybody a few seconds to get that together. Right, so I had to make sure the audio was working for Facebook, so everything works. So all right, so this is how I put everything on my paper whenever I have the paper and I'm ready to like legitly build a group trip. You know, I may write down group trip ideas on the side, but this is how I do everything. I get a piece of paper and I do 5 boxes. So, you know, the way this chart is, I couldn't do it exactly how I do it, but I know what I'm gonna do. Wait a minute. So this over here, there's going to be a box with dates in it, but inside of that box, you need like 3 or 4 different lines. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to actually use the highlighter that's here on the computer to kind of mimic what I usually do. So this over here, the start date of this trip is June the 16th. June the 16th. And then I always like to know what date is it, because I'm booking tours and stuff. You know, that's important to know the date because sometimes certain tours don't run on, you know, on specific dates. So June the 16th, 2023 falls on a Friday. So I will put FRI. We can even do that. And then what I would do is highlight this right here in a different color. So 1, 2, 3. Let's say 3 of them. Then I'm going to highlight it. So when you're using a paper, you don't necessarily have to highlight it, but you know, you just make the line to, you know, say this is day 1, this is day 2. So it's going to kind of do this. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Let me see. And it's the background that I want. It's the background should be here. Oh, maybe they don't do it here. Maybe. Let me see. Custom. Maybe I don't know how to do it. Oh man. It's okay. It's okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna leave a space. So do this right here. Right? And then so this will be Saturday. Okay. Just 3 boxes. Okay. And then this will be Sunday. So I am actually building a real trip right now. I have not built my South Africa 2023 trip, and people have been asking and asking. I've just been busy, but I have to launch this. I think the longest part of it is creating the face of the trip. But this is the back end part of it that I'm going to be doing today, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to do. Because I don't even have prices yet, my full, you know, group trip price for South Africa. So this is exactly what we're going to do today. feels good to finally get it out of the way. All right, so Monday. 19. And then if you have an actual piece of paper, you don't necessarily have to write 19. You can just have a box and write those 3 things inside of the box. I just need it on this piece of paper, this here, because there's no way to, well, I don't know of a way using Google Docs to like differentiate, the boxes that I'm, for the date. So that's why I'm putting the dates in each box. All right, so this tour ends on the 20th, but I'm actually going to extend this trip to the 21st. All right, so. Right. So it's very important to, for me, do things day by day, because that's how you can get messed up. Some stuff may be included, some stuff may not be included, and you don't have this is basically the full itinerary. If you don't have the full itinerary, you can be missing something. And once you go ahead and put the price out, you changing the price, and somebody has already paid for something, now you got to tell the people, hey, yeah, well, this changed, we got to charge you this extra. And so now you have a really upset customer, right? All right. So try not to do that. Control V. All right, June 21st. And then I'm even going to go as far as adding a square at the bottom. So insert row below. All right, so that's good. All right, so now that you have your paper, everything charted, that you have the date. Let me see if I can. You have the date, you have the item name, you have the adult cost, and you have the child cost, and you have this miscellaneous box over here. Let's see what child. Let's see. And I'm actually going with mine right now. Let's see. Oh, this is where I keep the totals at right here. Let's see. All right, so the first thing that you put in box number 1 is, what is my paper? I don't remember this stuff off the top of my head all the time. I want to see if breakfast is included. The last trip I launched was Hawaii, so I'm looking for my Hawaii page in my travel group trip planning book. All right, so the 15th through the 20th. All right. Okay, I found it. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to put in this box right here is the welcome dinner. Okay. So it's really depending on where you're going, how much you'll charge for the welcome dinner. We're going to Africa. So, I'm gonna guesstimate it. Actually, let me do this. I'm using Culture, and so this is their full itinerary right here. So I'm gonna actually see. Oh, breakfast and dinner is included. Let me see on the first night. Cape Town, day 1. Oh, so dinner is included on the first night. So you know what? Welcome dinner is $0. I like that. So, but you'll still put welcome dinner here because yours may not be $0. So let's put zero. Let's put 0, 0. All right. Welcome bag. I do welcome bags. My welcome bags come with my shirts, customized towels, like a bunch of personalized items. And I always charge $100. It used to be $75, but I'm always adding extra stuff to my welcome bag. Like I said, they include shirts. The shirts are about $20-something. The towels, personalized towels, they're like $30. I usually buy books on where we're going, like the kids and the adults, like travel books to their area, so that they can kind of chart their trip, put in like special stuff about the trip. What did they enjoy? Just the day by day. Or I may purchase like a photo album for mom. I just kind of like make it fully loaded. I'll go to Walmart and I'll buy some of the stuff off of the travel section. And it like, some Dramamine, some Tylenol, all of that stuff. And I'll put it, inside of the shrink wrap. And then I purchase customized bags. Mommy and We Travels bags. Trying to think. I'll show you guys later on the bags, but I purchased the bags. Me personally, I purchased the bags through Office Depot. To purchase the bags, you will have to front the money, but I have a lot of bags here that I just use for the group trip. So you can use whatever kind of bag that you want, but I always try to have a bag that my clients can use, so like a drawstring bag, or if we're going to like a beach area, like a beach bag, and customize it. All right, so like I said, my bags are $100, and so let me put welcome bag. And so the next item I'm gonna put is the planning fee, and so you guys know with culture there, they don't have a commission added on, so you guys have to remember, you have to start paying yourself for your trips that you're doing. I know some people, they charge really, really low fees with what they're doing, but as you start to value your work and value your time more, you'll start adding in fees. So and then also when you add in, let's say you add in a fee, like me personally, I'm going to add in a fee of $250 per person. And so what this allows me to do, let's say a holiday came up, you can say, oh, well, trip, this weekend and get X percentage off. All of that can come out of the planning fee, but I'm still making money because the planning fee is a decent amount per person, okay? So let's say it's a family of a mom and a kid. The planning fee is $500. I can say, let's say the trip is $1,700. I can say get 10% off. That's $170. I'm still making what, 300, and let me see, where's the calculator? 500 minus 170. 500 minus 170. That's 330. So I can say something lower, like, get 5% off, even at 5%. So 500, well, 1,700 times 0.05. That's $85. $85 minus 500. People love to save money. So I say, put your planning fees there. Don't be afraid to put them there because you work hard. You don't work for free. This is your time that people are paying for, and your services. So my planning fee for this South Africa trip is $250, and that's not expensive at all. I don't think that's expensive. I feel like eventually I will be charging more once the trips start, start getting, really, really big, like, and popular. Of course, the prices are going to go up just slightly. All right, so I'm going to actually add a row right here. Insert row below, and then I'm going to put trip costs. Let's see. June 16th. I'm going to put land only costs. You guys know land only means flight is not included. Land only costs. You guys should be paying yourself at a minimum, 10% of how much it costs for the trip. At a minimum, land only costs. Okay, so land only costs for this trip. So I already know the dates for South Africa, 16, 20. Oh, I need to put in cost for extra night. Hold on one second. So planning fee, land only costs, and then I'm gonna put it right down here. Insert row below, because I'm extending it. June 16th. Cost for extra night. Just gonna put extra night. Extra night. And then I know with culture specifically, if you have like an extra night, or you're not leaving on the night you're supposed to be, they charge you extra for transportation as well. So extra night right there. And then I'm gonna put extra night. I'm gonna put extra night plus transportation. Plus transportation. All right, so I haven't particularly spoken to the culture about how much it'll be for an extra night, but I know that they do charge about 60 to, I've seen them charge 60 to about $80 per person per night for the extra night. And I know for transportation, I've seen them charge 20, and I've seen them charge $30 per person. So I'm just gonna put in there that. So extra night plus transportation, I'm gonna put $100 per person extra, because I don't really know where we're staying at. And if it's lower than that, then, you know, it's extra money. It can be used as discount or something like that. Or I can just go in and totally change the price, because remember, the trip hasn't launched yet. So down here, I have the full itinerary of everything that we're doing. So, oh, look, and then they got optional tours. Yes, I love when they do this. So we can build up the trip completely. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for the land only cost for June the 16th. All right, so June the 16th. All right here, June the 16th. The cost for the agent is $879. Okay, and this is for double occupancy right here. And then if it's the person wants single occupancy, it's right there as well. So let me put in $879 a person right there. $879. Okay, we can use this box right here and put single occupancy. And put DBL to triple TRP. Okay. We don't need all this space over here, so let's make this a little bit smaller. There we go. Maybe make this a little bit bigger. I'm putting adult single occupancy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take some space from over here too. We don't need all this space. All right, perfect. All right, so welcome dinner is free. 0. Welcome back is still $100. And the fee still $250. The single occupancy fee. Single occupancy fee, I think I saw $1179. And you guys, when you guys get to your total price for the trip and it's more than you expected, listen, do not be afraid to, oh, it's $1129. Oh, I'm sorry, this agent price is $1279 for single. So this price in green is agent price, and then that's agent price. The companion is anybody that's not a travel agent, okay? So $1279 right there. Don't be afraid to post that trip. People are going to purchase it anyways. If they can't afford to go, they just can't afford to go, you know? I price my Hawaii trip. My Hawaii trips are fully loaded. It comes with 200. It comes with breakfast included. But what I usually do is include about $75 per day, $50 to $75 per $50 to $75 per day, for the room for breakfast. And so for a 5-day trip, you know, it's usually about $250. That's in a credit that's on that room. And so $250 for a 5-day trip, you know, for breakfast for Hawaii. Most of the time, my moms have a lot of money left over at the end, and I usually take them to like the ABC store, which is like the local store that's there in Hawaii, and I make sure that they, you know, get other stuff, buy some souvenirs, buy some extra stuff with the extra credit that they have left over, versus or just letting it. It's like if you don't use it, you lose it. So okay, right there. So it all adds up. So right here, we're done with day one. We got the welcome dinner, welcome bag, planning fee, land only cost, transportation, and the extra night. Okay, we're done. So on day 2, let's see what we're doing on day 2. So that was day 1. So Let's see. Okay, so we're not really doing anything. We're just chilling. Breakfast at the hotel. Meet your guide at the hotel for you for a full day Cape Town city tour. Okay, so we don't have anything really to add over here. Tour reviews. Okay, so we just 44. We don't need all these boxes for this. All right, so day 2. Day 2. Saturday. Okay. Cape Town. City tour. The price is $0. Already included in the price. All right, so let's see down here, are we doing anything else? And does it tell us the time? No, it doesn't tell us the time that we can get back to the hotel. We could have possibly squeezed something in there. Oh, look, dinner is included too. So this is really good. Can't wait to do this. All right, so day 2, I don't really have to add anything there. I really wish I knew what time the day 2 tour ended. All right, so let's see. So I can technically erase these boxes right here. The June the 17th box, because we don't need them. All right, so delete row. Why didn't it do anything? Okay, let me try to do this, bring it down. Okay, it did it. Okay, perfect. So day 3, let's see what we're doing. Day 3, we got breakfast. Oh, they do have the times here for this tour. I like it. Let's see. They have the time here. Perfect. I didn't even see it. Reading too fast. Okay, so this city tour ends at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, that's too late. You know, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't add any extra tours to that. All right, so day 3 here, Cape Town and Table City. I'm just copy this right here, actually. Copy the wording right there. Copy. And go up here. So we don't have to add anything here. Breakfast is already included, so this is good. This is good. Paste without formatting. All right. All right, let's see what else. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Day 2. 45 minutes. Okay, so day 3, breakfast and dinner. Oh, so this only includes breakfast. Maybe we can add in the cost of breakfast here. Breakfast. I want to know why is breakfast included? I mean, dinner is included on this day, but not this day. But it's okay. Am I going to do dinner? It's going to confuse the people. How many days? You got 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to go ahead and charge for dinner. I don't know per se how much dinner would cost, but when I have a talk with culture, I'm going to charge maybe, let's say $60. It's South Africa. Where are we staying at? Let me see. Maybe I can usually get a good idea from the hotel that we're staying at. And it's probably food there. Hotel name. So we're going to be staying at the Radisson right there. Let's search that. Copy. Let's see. And I can put restaurant and see what comes up. Restaurant. Let's see. Okay. Wait, was that the pool? That little skinny strip? Okay. I guess. Let's see. Okay. Looks basic. The food looks good. Okay, so it looks okay. It's Radisson. They usually put us at really, really good resorts. I've never had culture put me at a raggedy resort, me or my client. So let's see. They got a restaurant bar. Let's see. Okay. Dining out. Let's see if they got something here. What's going on? I wonder, do I have my VPN on? It's okay. You know, maybe we cannot. Yeah, maybe we cannot charge for breakfast. Let me see. Pay for right now. If that's all. Let me see. Okay, so let's not have breakfast. You know, they'll see that I don't understand why dinner is included on this day, but not the other. But whatever. Okay, so let me do this. This is what I'll do. Welcome dinner, welcome back, plan fee, land only, extra night. Is that okay? So I'm gonna throw in breakfast right here. Insert row below so that I don't forget that it's not included. Breakfast 0, 0, 0. All right, go ahead and put in dinner. Dinner 0, 0, 0. All right. Right here, I'm gonna put in breakfast. Oh, actually, it's right here already. Let me back up. It's a row right here. Day 3, got breakfast. 0, 0, 0. You know what? I'm gonna do dinner anyway. I'm gonna find a restaurant that's near. And I'm gonna price it. This is how I usually do it. I'll price it by their menu, dining out. Let's see. Well, let's go to the map. This is what I do. All right, see outside. Okay, let's go right there. See if there's any nice, decent, restaurants that have good stars. Let's see. All right, the Southern. Where's the hotel? Okay, right here. I'm going to zoom in. All right. Messing on them. Gateway. What's the hotel? You know what? Let's go over here. About check availability. Okay, right here. Restaurants. Great rooms, great location. Usually something. Paid breakfast. So breakfast is already included. It's usually, what did I do? It's usually a button that's over here that says location. Yeah, I really want to include breakfast and dinner for them. So they just worry about lunch. Or you know what? I can even if I added dinner, I can get, yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna I'll give them a credit. So let's say $50 seems like a lot. So let's say $40 for the adult, $20 for the kid. So dinner, we're gonna put $40 and $20, and then $40 again for the adult. All right, we got breakfast, we got dinner included. Okay, so we don't need this space right here. Delete all. All right, so this is day 3, this is day 4. All right, so let's see what we're doing on day 4. And I try to have like a rest day in there for my people. So day 4 would probably be the rest day, do an optional tour to Robin Island, additional $220 per person. Whoa, what's Robin Island? Let's see. Robin Island. Let's see. Let's see if it's worth $220 per person. Robben Island, South Africa. Is that the penguins? Oh, we definitely got to go. I thought it was called something else though. But let's see. We're like literally only going for the penguins if there's penguins here. Come on, I wish it would go faster. Okay, let's see. 7-day forecast. What's that? Robben Island Discover. Learn, interpret timeline, virtual tour, prison. What is it? Tours. Let's see tours. Tour types. $400. I don't know what that is. Let's see. 400. Or let's see. Okay. What does it include? Tour guide. Okay. Okay. Oh, graveyard of people who died from leprosy. Okay. Maximum security where thousands of Africans were free tour. Okay, so this is where Nelson Mandela was incarcerated. You know what? I'm going to have this as an optional tour. Robben Island Ferries. I'm going to include this as an optional tour. Yeah, I'm going to include this as an optional tour, and I'll have all of the information there, and they can choose this if they want to. So it's $220 per person. So that includes transportation. So I'm going to put free day. All right. Optional. Robben Island tour. All right. 220. And I'm going to even put optional so I don't forget when I'm adding up the costs. Optional. Ah, okay, perfect. All right, so breakfast and then dinner. We're going to do the same thing. Let me see if I can copy this. Control-C. And then we'll do the same thing for dinner. Control-C. Okay. Optional. Okay, so 220. Okay, so we're done with this day. And this right here is our last day before the departure. So on my last day before departure, I try to do something fun, like something memorable. So let me see. Like a farewell party. I want to know where the penguins are. Let me see. And I really thought we were gonna go see the penguins on this tour. Oh, I think it's right here. Yes, the penguins are here. Okay, so all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Viator. And remember, Viator is they have a travel agent portal as well. So it's about 8% commission. So let's say South Africa. I should probably put Cape Town. All right. Oh, that will be fun. We got a city tour. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do Probably the likely to sell out. Well, no, let's leave it. Paragliding. Bird watching. They don't seem to have a lot of stuff. Ooh, adventure tours. What's this? It doesn't have any reviews, so it's nothing. Stand-up paragliding. Everybody won't. I could include it, but it's only has 5 reviews. I don't like buying stuff that only has a little bit of reviews. You know what? Let me. All right, so let's do this. You know what? Let's see. Let's choose the date. Let's see if it goes out that far. June the 16th. June the 16th. Right, apply. All right, let's see. Let's do from low to high. All right, Good Hope Admission. Hop on, hop off. Oh, that'll be fun. Oh, look, it's $3.96. Oh, look, wine tasting, but it doesn't have any stars. I don't know. I don't like the fact. Let me see if I can search by stars. I don't like the fact that they don't have any good reviews. I like to see reviews. That's how I know it's real. Sort by traveler rating. Okay, perfect. Cape Town Essential. Oh, look at that. Food tour. That'll be fun. Harley Davidson. Airport travel. Okay. Private car route from Cape Town. Game drop. Oh, I was gonna say that'll be fun, but their price isn't. Lions Head Sunset Hike. No, ma'am. A Taste of Africa. Lions Head. I think I would do a food tour. That'll be so much fun. Okay. So let's see which food tour. Cape Town Essential Food Tour. Let's do this one. Let's see if it's a different price for kids versus adults. How many stops are we gonna make? Look at this one. They got a hop on, hop off bus. Food tour, hop on, hop off bus. I say food tour. They can do a hop on, hop off bus if they want to. For the so 2. All right, so 4 food and 4 drink stops, walking food tour. Okay, so it's about $95 per person. Okay, so this is what we're doing. And I'm gonna copy the real name because once I'm trying to make the tour, I may forget what the tour's name was. So just always take note of what the real tour's name was. So when you're looking for it, you'll be able to find it. So that is June the 20th. All right, so we got paste without formatting. Wrong area. Let's do breakfast. Breakfast. Oh, let me make sure there's no more area for dinners included. Breakfast. Okay, perfect. I'm on the right track. All right, so breakfast is $0. All right. Dinner. $40. $20. 40. Then if this price right here isn't enough per what cultural holiday says, just give it to them as a credit and then they can pay the difference. Like, I when they get there, I have like, maybe depending on how the currency that they take, I'll give everybody like $20 worth to go towards their meal. So, you could do it different. Okay, so this, now I'm going to type this in there, paste without formatting. All right. So I'm even gonna put the tour, the what you call it. I'm gonna put this link there inside of this. Now, if you were writing this on a piece of paper, you would just take note of the last the last digits, right? These digits here, the 5897, 58697 P1. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put the link in there. I'm gonna apply that, and so this bad boy is about $95. 95, whether you're a kid or not. All right. I'm gonna put farewell tour. All right, so this is gonna be departure. So day 4, day 5. Wait, this day, yep, day 5. And then we got day 6 right here. All right, so I'm gonna put the breakfast departure. Got that wrong. So then I'm gonna put breakfast, and that's the only thing that'll be included on this day. All right, so we're done. Let's do this. Let's delete this row. Let's delete this row. All right, so it fit all on 2 pieces of paper, two sheets, but oh, let's see, I don't need all this space right here. Can always bring that up. Bring this up. So it'll probably fit on one paper now. Leave that. Breakfast. Okay, so now what we can do is I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. Well, you know what? I am doing the video, so let's leave it. Okay, so now I'm pretty much done with the tour. I want to make sure I got everything. Okay. Day 2 is a tour. Day 3 is a tour. Day 4, it's a free, and we're gonna leave that as a free day. And they can add that Robin tour if they want to, or they can do something else. And then this is our farewell dinner. I mean farewell tour. Okay, so look, that's it. So now let's price this bad boy. All right, so like I told y'all before, don't be afraid when you get down to this price and you see what the pricing is. The pricing is what it is. Okay, so let's see. I want to make sure I got breakfast and dinner on everything though. Breakfast, dinner, okay. Day 3, breakfast and dinner. Day 4, breakfast, dinner. Day 5, breakfast, dinner. Day 6, which is departure. So breakfast only. Yep, we're good. All right. So let's get the cost. So welcome dinner is free, which is amazing. All right. So we got, start right here. Let's do the adult pricing. $100 for the welcome bag. Oh, I forgot something. Oh, yes. See, this is why I didn't look. Okay, so that's not it. So down here at the bottom, I might as well add it at the top. All right, so let's go ahead and add a row below. What I always add in miscellaneous, because you may want to purchase something extra for the group. You may want to do something as a surprise for the group. So my miscellaneous is usually, what did I charge for this one? My miscellaneous, yep, I added $75 in miscellaneous. The last thing you need for something to get more expensive, or something was more expensive than you thought. Let's say that, that dinner was a little bit more expensive than I thought. Guess what? They can be pulled out of the miscellaneous. You can then, if you have miscellaneous left over, you can always give it to them in farewell gifts. You can always, do it however you want. Okay. So miscellaneous gifts. Yep. And then the other one is all of our payments are processed through Stripe. This is where a lot of people get tripped up. Okay, so if you are sending all your extra payments and stuff through us, or your commission links and stuff through us, don't forget to add on an extra 4%, because we got to pay Stripe their 4% in order for us to get our money. So Stripe 4%. I always add it. I forget it, 4%, and then that's money that that I have to go in and edit, but what is decided and already booked. All right, so that's now we're good. So we're not going to know the Stripe processing fee until the end. Okay, so let's go back to the top. All right, so we got the $100 for the welcome bag right here. We got the $250 planning fee plus $250 plus the $879 land costs plus $100 for the extra night and transportation plus 100 plus the miscellaneous plus plus the 75 for miscellaneous. Keep going down. I didn't charge dinner for day 2 because they had dinner included already. All right, so now we're down here to day 3 plus $40 for dinner. All right. Plus $40 for dinner for day 5 plus $95 for the farewell tour. All right, so total that out, we're at $1579. Let me add $1579 without the Stripe fee. So insert row below. I'm going to put tab total. Total. Put $1579. Out, right? Right. So I'm going to do Stripe right now. So 1579 times 4%, 1642. 1642.16. 1642.16. It's Stripe. All right, so 1642. I don't think it's bad. I usually try to keep my trips at around that. Right, so we're good for this. Let's work on the child costs. Child cost is $100 right here plus $250 plus $879 plus $100 plus $75 for the miscellaneous plus $20 for dinner $20. That was for day 3. Then $20 for dinner here. $20 for dinner here. $95 for the farewell tour. That equals a total of $1559. I'll put this in the wrong area. Probably should go here. It, Then let's see how much it is with stripe. Times 1.04, 16, 21.36. 21.36 with stripe. All right, so thanking for our single occupancy person over here. All right, so $100 for the welcome bag plus $250 planning fee plus $12.79. $12.79 for the single occupancy plus 100 extra night plus $75 for miscellaneous plus $40 right there. Dinner plus another 40 there plus another dinner there. And then we have that Cape Town tour there. All right, so we're at 2019. Total 2019 with out. Then it may be a little bit different for you when it comes to charging your Stripe fee. For us, all funds for the group trip go into our group trip account. But for you agents, you guys don't have a group trip account. You guys will be paying the supplier directly. I will say for what you should be charging the 4% for is for if you guys need to send us a separate link to hold some money for you guys, or if you need a separate link for us to hold money for you for, like, let's say your welcome bags, or yeah, I think the welcome bag should be the only thing that, yeah, the welcome dinner. Yeah, if you guys need a separate link for us to hold the money for your welcome bag and your welcome dinner, we'll hold that. And then if you guys need a separate link for your planning fee or your commissions, we'll send you that as well. I will say ahead of time, for commissions, you guys are going to be at your regular split. But for holding the money for the welcome bag and the welcome dinner, we can talk differently about that. Or you can just go straight to the supplier and purchase the welcome bags and purchase, the welcome dinners ahead of time. It's pretty much up to you. We can talk separately and you guys let me know exactly, how you want to do the money for the welcome bag and the welcome dinner. But for me and my company, all of the funds go directly to a group trip account. And because all of the funds go directly to a group trip account, everything has to go through Stripe. And so they charge about 4%, onto that. And so we're getting 4% less. So I have to charge 4% ahead of time. If not, it's going to come out the cost of the group trip, which means that we're basically paying for that cost. So I always just add it in because that's the cost of the trip, doing the trip. All right, so let's get back to over here. So you guys may not have to charge 4% for the whole tour. If I was a travel agent with a host company like you guys, I would definitely be charging an extra 4% on top of that for the welcome bag and the welcome dinner, because everything else that's in here, as far as the tour, you're paying the tour money directly to Viator. When it comes to the land only cost for this whole trip, you're paying that directly to Culture. The other things, the welcome dinner and you should probably be paying that directly to the resort, but a lot of times you don't have to pay that until you get there. And so the welcome bags, the t-shirts and stuff, you're going to be also paying that directly to a supplier. So, we can have a separate conversation on how to handle the welcome bag money and the welcome dinner money. But that's a whole different conversation. But like I said, I can send you guys payment links for these, the welcome dinner, the welcome bag, but all planning fees and all commission links, we can send you guys that. We do that all the time, and it'll come directly through us. So remember, every single thing, every single charge should be handled through TravelJoy so that you are never confused as to who, what, when, where when it comes to payments. Because the last thing that you need is to be confused about what happens to clients' money. Because, honey, that's your business. That's your whole business. And listen, people don't play about their money. And I wouldn't either. So we can have a totally separate conversation if you guys want to talk about the Stripe fees and how to charge different things. All right, so let's jump back into this. So we're at 2019 for the single occupancy, 2019 without Stripe. So 2019 times Stripe's 4%, that's 2099.76. So 2099.76, and this is with Stripe. All right, so there we go. We have the pricing for the trip. So it's double occupancy. The price is going to be right here. So it's basically two people together. $15.79. Let me put that here actually, because this is going to help me too. Double occupancy equals. So I get the pricing from here. You just add these two together. 15.79 plus 15.59 plus 15.59. 15.79 plus 15. Oh, no, we got to add this right here. 1642.16 plus 1621.36. Make sure I got it right. 1642.16 plus 1621.36 equals 3263.52 divided by 2. The cost is 1631.76 per person. 1631. 1631.76. So double occupancy, one adult, one child. This is literally what I have to do anyway. One adult, one child. Right? So triple occupancy, one adult. Let's lock on now. One adult, two child, two children. All right. Same thing. Let's do the same thing. All we're pretty much doing is adding the 1642.16 plus 1621.36 plus another 1621.36. All right, so we got $4,884.88. So we're just dividing it by 3. And so the cost is 1628 equals 1628.29. 1628.29. All right. And then triple. All right, so quad, one adult and 3 children. For me, my company, we do women and children trips. So it's mostly just parents and their kids. Quad, you can see. All right, and so literally all we're doing is adding on one adult and 3 children, okay? So all we're doing is adding an extra child. So plus, right? So the total is 6506.24 divided by one adult, 3 children. So the total 6506.24 divided by 4. We're at 1626.56. 1626.56. So I want to add that one more time. All I'm gonna do is 1621.36 times 3 plus 1624. Oh, sorry, 1642. 1642.16. Yep, 6506.24 divided by 4, 1626.56. Okay. And then let's do single occupancy. Single OCCUP equals, we already got the price of single occupancy. So that is $20.99.76. One adult. One adult. All right, let me put that over there like that, there we go. All righty. Okay. So now that we have pricing and stuff already, this webinar may be a tiny bit longer, but I'm going to show you guys how to fully do it so that you guys are not totally clueless on how to do it. So now that we're done with pricing, we know how much it is for a single person, a double occupancy, triple occupancy, and quad. Actually, can it go up to quad? That's a good question. Let me see. Twin, double, triple. It doesn't say quad, so I'm actually going to take off quad pricing, and so maybe the person is going to have to purchase 2 separate rooms. So I'm gonna, if they don't have it here, I'm not gonna take it off. I'm only gonna put what they got. All right. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna jump over here to TravelJoy. Right. And so this is going to be a group booking, okay? And so everybody's TravelJoy should be active if you're booking travel with us, because TravelJoy is the only way that we process payments. It's the only way that we send out proposals. We don't accept cash. We don't accept Cash App. We don't accept check. We don't accept any of that. Every single thing is handled through TravelJoy, and then we pay a supplier, okay? And so what I'm going to do, let's see. I actually have a group, so let me see. I think I have a template already. Dubai. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see. All right, so I have this there. Nah, let's see. Let's go find another one. What was it? I'm trying to think. What trips? Okay, India. I think the India that I have. I'm looking for a good template for the face of the trip. And you guys can always go use my same template. If I got it, you guys can use anything that I have. View booking page. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so perfect. This is exactly what I want right here, right here. Copy this. TravelJoy is good for copy and pasting things just as you have it. So I'm gonna paste this. So you guys can find all of the trips by going to my website and then going to group trips, and then I guess you can go to India if you want to get this link right here. Actually, let me see if I can make this public for you guys. View, say share. It's a way to do it. I'll figure that out later. Okay, but right now let's create this group. We're gonna go to group. And we're going to change this picture right here to wherever we're going. So we're going to Cape Town. So Cape Town. I want the penguins, so I'm going to put penguin. No. You know what? I'm going to use Unsplash. Unsplash is a website that will get you 100% free copyright images. So Cape Town. Let's see what they got. This looks nice. You download that. Let's see. Oh, this looks nice too. Oh, this looks nice. I think I use one of these. Oh, this looks even nicer. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna use what I got. All right. So I'm gonna go to upload, and then right there, I'm gonna use this one. All right, I think that looks good. So, summer in Cape Town, Africa. Oh, good, right? I'm gonna leave it like that. The start date is June 16th through the 21st. All right, summer in Cape Town. Destination, somewhere else. What about somewhere in South Africa? And before I launch this trip, I have to check, make sure if any visas and stuff are needed. If visas and stuff are needed, I'll put on the front face of the booking portal so that they know, so that nothing is a surprise. Because I hate surprises. Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town, South Africa. All right, create. All right, looking good, looking good. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to create, and we are going to create booking page for the supplier. All right, so now we're working on the description, and I'll try to make this quick. Control A, backspace on that. I'm gonna paste what I got, which was the format from the India trip. And it usually takes a few seconds for it to populate. Typed it, put it in there. All right, so wait. It's so slow. Sorry, you guys. All right, here we go. Why did this not format exactly how I thought it would? Make that, erase this. I'm erasing this and all right, perfect. All right. Like I should make that well, everything's good. So where you'll stay, let's do stay 5 nights. Cape Town, 5 nights. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yes. 5 nights. And then they always tell you where you're going to be staying at or similar. It's important to put or similar because they may upgrade the resort, and so you don't want anybody to be disappointed as far as where they're going to stay, or not book because they don't know exactly where they're going to stay. So I always put where they tell me at or similar because they're not going to move you to a raggedy place. So I'm going to put that right there. Leave the or similar. All right, so paste. It's plain text. All right, so I'm going to erase these boxes right here. Oh, Lord. Okay, so I erased the whole thing. If you guys did what I just did, is it Control Z? I think it's Control Z. There we go. It'll bring it back. TravelJoy does not have a back button. That's important to remember. Come on, come on, come on. Right, and then so you guys can use TravelJoy. If you don't have a website, you still use TravelJoy to promote your trips. Let's see if I can do this again without erasing it. Instead, I can make this a little bit bigger. Let me see. Perfect. All right. Right, I'm done there. All right, so let's look with it. Let's preview it. So this is what it's going to look like to the client, just the front face. Okay, so I need the forms. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so we're going to leave that there. All right, so group booking, page name, summer in South Africa. Pricing. Let's go to pricing. Okay, so the minimum number of travelers that can be booked is 1, and the maximum is, let's keep it at 3, because they only have triple occupancy, remember? And if you have a parent that has 4 children or 5, then they'll message me and they'll let me know, hey, I got it's a total of 4 of us. What should we do? Then that's 2 separate rooms, so they'll book. But I just don't want somebody to come over and book. I don't know. You know what? Let me just I'll change it to 4, because if they do 4, I can go in and do 2 separate rooms. You know what? No, because maybe their kids are younger. That's a conversation that me and the parent will have. Right? Actually, we don't even have the description yet, so let's finish doing this. You guys already know that Culture, they give us a template to use, and you can use theirs, or hold on, I did do this. Perfect. All right, so let's go and use that same template. And what I would recommend, if you're using Culture's templates, I do highly recommend go in and edit everything that that they're saying, because English is not their first language. So you want to kind of doctor it up and make it, what you need it to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Just going to copy everything like this. And if it fits, if it's not, then we're just going to have to make it look pretty. So we're there. So let's just paste everything. Let's paste this plain text. Ah, that's ugly. How do you go back? Control Z. All right, let's paste it just how it is. Paste. Keep formatting. And it's going to take a few seconds. Oh, look, it didn't format so bad. Let's see. All right, so what we are going to have to add in right here, we're going to have to add this right here. Let's see. Okay, I know what we're going to do. We're going to copy this, because we still got to put in day 6 for them. So this can be day 6. And then let's see. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to copy this. Breakfast. And then right below, Right, but actually I'm gonna do this. Let me do this, and it's not working. Control V. All right, so we're gonna do 5. Cape Town tour. So it's not the Cape Town tour. It's called. What was it? It was this one. Let's try to find it again. It was a food tour. Did it by rating. It was this one. And I love when they have a badge of excellence. It kind of lets you know that they're super legit. All right, so we're gonna do this right here. Paste this plain text. Day 4, day 5, okay. And then what we're gonna do right here, we're just gonna kind of copy. They don't need to see that. And then you have to also think about yourself as a client before you're booking a trip. What do you want to see? You want to see pictures and stuff, right? Right. So we are going to make sure they have enough pictures. All right, so this actually goes up here. Breakfast and dinner. And I notice the color is not the color. Copy that. All right, so I was over here, I updated all of the meals and stuff that were included. And let me see, I'm actually going to change this color. I noticed that this color for the words, it's not, it's like a grayish color. It's not black. So let's do that. All right, and then this looks like it has some background to it or something. All right, so let's see if we can do this, kind of mimic what they got. You know what I can do? I can do this. All right. So I want it on its own, Control Z, and then I want to paste it normal. It's not Control. Let me do this. Take away the background. Actually, that's what I can do for everything. Just take away the background for the whole thing. And then, as I said before, you guys probably should go all the way in and actually read what they have written, because you want to make sure it's in the right language that your client will understand, you know. I mean, it's in English, but you know, English is not their first language. So you want to make sure that you go in and edit whatever it is that you need to edit. Control paste. It's still not doing it, but it's okay. It's okay. Let me continue. You guys see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to either get rid of the background or kind of like copy and paste the background that's there. Let me see if I can get rid of this, the background. Nah, it's not letting me get rid of, well, is it? Hold on. Oh, it looks like, nope, it's not going. I had to move my screen a little bit. It's okay. So let's continue to go. It's not gonna mess up the show or anything. Let's, all right, it is full now. All right. So now what I would do is this, okay? And I know that it's okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I know I extended it out. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just trying to keep it there. So what I'll do, I just make this white. The only way that somebody will see it is if they highlight the whole page. And if they see it, I honestly don't care. And then, all right, so arrival into Cape Town. So what I'm gonna put right here is some hotel pictures of the actual hotel. Control C. Control R, Control C. I'm gonna try to hurry this up. Right. So I'm actually just gonna go straight to Radisson. Oh man, I forgot it was doing this. I don't like taking photos from other companies. Let's see. Let's see. This looks like a good picture, but first, I like to show like the outside first. Oh, this looks like a nice one. Let me copy this. All right, so let's do this. Find a good one. This looks like it came straight from the. Oh, this is nice. I'm gonna do the outside so they can kind of see. Okay. Let's see which one do I want to use. I don't like that picture right there. Let me see what this looks like. I mean, this is what it is, so let's use it. Copy image. Come back on over here. Paste it. Keep formatting. There we go. Let's go get another one. Copy image. Trying to think, do I want to put it up top or at the bottom? I'll put it here. Keep formatting. This doesn't match, so let's see if I can. It doesn't match, so I'm not going to use it. The format is a little bit big. Just don't match either. You know what? Let me see. Maybe it's the first picture that's a little off. Yeah, I think it may be the first picture that's a little off. I'm just gonna add a few pictures here. Put pictures that people actually care about. All right, now we're gonna put the inside. And that. This one is a little bit off. Let's try this one. It's 117 pictures, but let's see. That one didn't format well either. Let's see if this one will format. Give me a break. Oh, look at this. I don't know. I never really show anything that my clients may not get. Like, this is a good picture, but look, it has 2 beds over there. So you put that up and your client will think that they're going to get that. So try not to do that, because they will call you out on it, you know. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna put another picture of the room going. And then maybe a picture of the restroom. Okay. Okay, where's the tub? To the shower? Okay, so I'll post this one. Too big. Okay, that one fits. We're on a roll. Got a few more stuff to do. Right, this one fit. Let me erase this. Perfect. And I noticed that there's a line. There's a left page right there. So I'm gonna get rid of that. There we go. All right, so we can even probably bring some of these pictures down here. So we got, or add 3 more pictures. Let's add 3 more. People like to see stuff, so let's give them stuff to see. Got food. Where's the food? The real food area. Let's see. I mean, these are generic, so if you ask me. I'll put this one right here. Where did it go? Right there, Control V. Formatting. It doesn't fit. Control C. Control Z. I meant crap. Control Z. Control Z again. There we go. All right. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna bring down some pictures. Well, we're not even yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me just add one more. People like to see pictures, you know. At least I know I do. Did I put a picture of the pool? We're not gonna use the office space. I like to put pictures of stuff that people are gonna actually use. Food doesn't look a little bit good, or maybe it's because I'm hungry. Okay, so let's use this picture, even though I feel like it's a generic picture. Let's put it there. Nope, don't even fit. I mean, it wasn't meant. Control Z. Control Z. All right, it's okay. What we're about to do is do that. And boom, done. Maybe we can even try to center these pictures in the middle. There we go, there we go. I feel like I need to do this a little bit. All right, got that. All right, so we can come down here and add a picture of Cape Town. We can do all that fun stuff. We can do that later, but let's keep going. I just wanted to show you guys how to add pictures there. So add packages. All right, so double occupancy. And C. And in parentheses, I'm gonna put 1 adult, 1 child. All right. Picture, description. We don't even need all that. They have everything there. Available until, so if this trip is going out June the 16th, we're gonna do like a month ahead. So let's see. We'll even make it even on the 15th. All right, so the price for double occupancy, what was it? It was $16 something right there. $16.31.76 per person. Deposit. I do deposit set at Culture usually has a deposit set at either 100 or 200. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna put $100 as a deposit. Final payment date is the same as above, May the 15th. All right, we're almost done. We're almost done. Hit save. And then what we can even do, we can duplicate this bad boy, get this show on the road, single, triple occupancy. Occupancy, 1 adult, 2 children. 2 child, 2 children. The price is all right. And save. And then I'm gonna have them where they have to call to book anything, more than triple occupancy. So single occupancy. The adult was $20.99. $20.99.76. This Zoom thing is in the way. There we go. And then I can move this up here. And then I'm going to put add package. Or 3 travelers, please contact us for pricing. Info, please email us at info@mommyandytravels.com. All right. Almost done, almost done. All right, so it's making me put a price, so I'll put 1 cent. All right, so extra options. Remember that Robin trip? Right here. All optional. Robin Island tour. All right, price was $220. Deposit amount, leave it at 0. We can go in some. And then it's still going to be available until May. May the 15th. It's saved. All right, so this button right here is very special. Use monthly payment schedule. Yes, you want to do that because guess what? If you don't click that button, as soon as somebody goes in and try to book, guess what? It's going to try to charge them the whole amount. And so for forms, I already have forms made for you guys. You guys can check the template in the team area. But for me right here, let's say Mommy and We, it's a group. So primary traveler right there. All right, then for additional travelers, there we go. Task. Okay, so the task, trip, standard trip default. No, I don't want that. I'm gonna add task later. My tasks, I usually have them complete the COVID liability form as well as the general waiver of liability form. So let's see what it looks like. You can hit preview or you can hit publish, but I'm just gonna go ahead and publish it because it's ready to be published. And then we're going to see what it looks like. And so for those that don't have a website, don't fear, don't feel bad. You still can post group trips, you still can host group trips. And this is how you do it. You're going to do it directly through TravelJoy. So let's look. This is exactly what it's going to look like if you're posting the whole trip through TravelJoy. So you say, who wants to go to, anybody wants to go to South Africa? Post your link, your TravelJoy link right here. And then this is exactly how it comes up. Your name will be there. The title of the trip will be there. Okay. Get that. Day 1, day 2. Okay. And I have to, you'll see your mistakes and stuff too. I have to put this over there, and it's actually breakfast and dinner that's included. Let me go ahead and fix that right now. All right, so let's see. Actually, I feel like I want to change the color of this, but I'm going to leave it. All right, so dinner. Right, it's breakfast. Dinner. All right, so let's publish it. All right, so let's see. Got that straight, got that straight. All right, breakfast and dinner. All right. What's included, what's not included. All right, so let's say somebody wanted to go ahead and book, oh, I need to change this. I need to move this down to the bottom for the pricing. I see that the quadruple occupancy, the pricing is right there in the middle where I don't want it. So look, yeah, right here. I want this right there. So I'm actually gonna put for 4 or more travelers. 4 or more travelers. To book 4 or more travelers, please contact my name travels. Book 4 or more travelers, please contact me. Okay. All righty. All right. I'm going to publish this, and then we'll just refresh this. All right. So book 4 or more travelers, please contact Miami Travels. Okay. So they click on it. There's nothing there, when it comes to, like extra pictures and stuff. And so all they have to do is go to book now. So let's say it's a single person that wants to go. All right. All they have to do is come over here, click number of travelers. 1. And let's say they wanted to do this optional Robin tour over here. They'll just click that. Let me see. I want to see something else that I want to inside of the click here for more contact information. Right here, I saw something that I wanted to edit inside of here. I'm gonna put click here for contact information. Okay, so let's say single occupancy, they chose the Robin Island tour. It says their deposit is $100. Robin Island tour is an extra $220. Totals $23,1976. Continue the traveler information. They fill out all of this right here. Let me go ahead and fill it out. Few seconds to put this in there really, really fast. All right, keep going, keep going. All right. So I'll just put in some information here that's some example information at gmail.com. At gmail.com. All right. Got that. And then you guys have the same forms. I've edited some forms and added them in the team section for your templates. You have to activate them under teams in order for them to be on your file. So we have all of this right here. We actually I have the COVID waiver liability form inside of my form for the people to fill out. So that's already done ahead of time. All right, then client will type their name. All right. And now we're ready for payment. All right, so this is the payment schedule right here. The deposit is $100. Payment will be for a single occupant, $221.98 per month, all the way until May the 15th. Or they can pay the full amount. And all they got to do is add their credit card information and authorize it by signing down here and then authorize it. And that is it, you guys. I know it may have taken a long time, but sometimes stuff takes a little bit longer. But there's I don't want to hear there's no excuse that you can't launch a group trip because you don't have a website, because TravelJoy does just that. I just literally sat over here and created a group trip from start to finish, all on TravelJoy. I personally have a website, and many of my agents do have websites, but not having a website is totally not an excuse to launch a trip, especially if you're going to be going on a trip, or if you actually want to create a trip. Don't let that excuse hold you back, because look, it's possible. You don't have to use all of this. It's here. Oh, does it say $75 non-refundable? I need to change that right there. It says a $75 non-refundable deposit. My deposits are $100, and the deposits are still non-refundable, even if you're going through cultural holidays. So let's see. Culture has did a really, really, really great job of putting these tours together for us. And so we get, you guys know that these are agent rates that we are getting so that we can customize our tours for our clients. Consumer rates with culture are way, way higher. So 12, I want to make this a little bit bigger. 14, okay, I think that'll be okay. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna kind of refresh, and I kind of look over everything a few times before I send it off to my clients or before I release it to the public. Okay. All right, so perfect. It's clear, $100 non-refundable deposit, also in a hold space. Okay, so that is going to wrap up this training video. I know the training video was a tad bit long, but listen, everything is here. I just literally put everything out on the table on how to build your own group trip, how to, you know, create everything from start to finish, even with putting it on TravelJoy and launching it. You guys can do it. If you guys have any additional questions, you guys already know how to reach me. And so I'm going to go over the template one more time for you guys. I recommend getting a book, okay, to write everything down. So it's a loading. Okay, so it's downloading. I recommend getting a group trip book to write everything down, okay? And then what you're going to do, you're going to write down the date. You're going to write down the name of whatever the item is, the adult cost, the child cost, and then like a section at the bottom for the total cost. And you're just going to do a whole day by day. And then you add it up. Don't forget about your Stripe fees if you're going to be doing the welcome bag and the welcome dinner. Anything that you are applying straight to a supplier. So if you're applying the $8.79 straight to Culture, you won't necessarily need to add that 4% Stripe fee to that $8.79. You only need to add that 4% Stripe fee to, let's say, your commission link. If you want all of your commissions instead of minus 4%, add that extra 4% into your commission, so that when I send you the commission link, you'll get everything minus the 4%. So you won't, you know, be losing anything. So anything that you plan on not paying to a travel supplier, either, you know, paying through us, we're technically a travel supplier as well, but you know, for the welcome bags or the welcome dinner or something like that, the extra money that you'll need to purchase things for your clients, the shirts, the towels, the extra stuff, you know, you're going to charge your client, but you're going to actually, you know, have to, you know, wait to get the money. Go ahead and charge that extra 4% because it's all going to be processed through Stripe, especially if you need to send those links through us. Or even if you're using PayPal, trust me, PayPal charges about 4% as well. So you still want to charge your 4% fee on anything that you're not paying directly to a travel supplier, your commissions, your welcome bag, your welcome dinner, because if not, then it's going to take it out of the cost of the trip, which is in turn going to take it out of the cost of your commission. So you don't want to do that. But if you guys have any questions, you guys already know how to reach me. You guys have my personal number. You guys have my email, or you can message me in the Facebook group or put a post in the Facebook group about it. Sorry that this training webinar was a little bit long, but I think that it was well needed so that everybody can understand how to do this and that it's not hard. It took me maybe about an hour and a half to build this, but guess what? This trip can technically be launched from here. Okay, but I'm actually going to take it a step further. I'm actually going to go through and read every single thing that they have and kind of reword it so that it's in my language, because you know my people understand me. Like I said, English is not their first language, so some things may be mixed up a little bit, but they did a great job of putting this tour together, and now it's time to launch it. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.